Our projects is the BAE Systems Academy for Skills and Knowledge, which is a sort of through career learning and development environment, right from school children, employees throughout their careers, and also accessible to companies outside BAE Systems. A real challenge with this project in terms of timescales. We had some really bad weather at the beginning that put a real challenge on it, and we had some really difficult challenge at the back end in terms of connecting it to the outside world and building a road to it. I think this is a really different project. It brings together so many different attributes. It provides a level of flexibility for the future in terms of how we deliver training, and it's brought together all those communities of stakeholders who are incredibly diverse into a performing project that's delivered a fantastic result. Everybody leaves this academy when they've been there with smiles on their faces. We think this is a great project, and it's fantastic to be able to share some of the experience we've had with others who might benefit from some of the things that we've done, both good and bad.
DASH is the Dinwood Assessment Simulation Hub. It's based in Wansbeck Hospital. It's a training centre for young doctors, nurses and clinicians. It uses mannequins as patients, and those mannequins can be operated on. They can breathe, they can talk, they can moan, they can groan, they can blink, they have heartbeats, breathing lungs, you name it. It's a complex piece of kit. One of the biggest challenges is obtaining a brief for the project from the various stakeholders. We had a lot of doctors, clinicians who haven't built projects before in the past. This was one of their first schemes that they'd ever constructed, and that's where we came in as specialists to help them with that process. I think what makes this project stand out beyond others is that it's quite a modest project budget, but what the outcomes that it's created are quite large for society. Well, it's great to be recognised, particularly for a small project, not a lot of money, great value and a great outcome for patients and safety.
The Type 45 Intelligent Bridging contract was placed to bridge a gap in support for the Royal Navy's 6 Type 45 class destroyers from the end of the existing support contract to the beginning of a new, very different way of doing business. So the job of the contract was to bridge that gap, keep the ships at sea and transition into the new way of working. There were numerous challenges for the project. The biggest was probably the timescales, where we had to condense the schedule by about 50%. So we worked very hard on our project management techniques and controls, applied a lot of innovation to a number of the processes, pioneered new ways of working to really compress that schedule. And at the heart of it, I had a really strong, really talented team that really pulled together from across all the functions to deliver the success of the project. Being a finalist is immense. It's a huge delight to the team, and I'm really, really proud of them. And for me personally, as a highly qualified engineer and a very unqualified project manager, the experience that I've had and the success that we've had has really cemented my future as a PM.
The Road Rail Transfer Point project at Glen Douglas. It's a munitions site on the west coast of Scotland. Our project was about reinstating an operational capability that had been taken offline, lost its licence. So we had to provide all of the new infrastructure and the facilities that were going to enable that military capability going forward. The project itself involved a small number of buildings, a large amount of hard standing and some rail infrastructure to be delivered. But the key points of the project were around the constraints, the environmental constraints and the security constraints, not only on the access to the site, but the way that you operated, the information that we handled, and the way that the project needed to be delivered. It's a fantastic honour to be a finalist. It's also tremendous recognition and reward because you don't often with this kind of project get to talk too widely about it, and the team therefore don't even get too much exposure within the business for the nature of the project that they've been delivering. So this is excellent recognition, not just for our project team, but for this customer team on site and the wider stakeholder community who've really had to pull together to make this happen.